being here. And just I thank you so much for including me in the opportunity to celebrate International Youth Day. Um, I am very excited to be able to embark on this amazing journey that we have undertaken within our School of Packaging in the building of an education abroad program. If you go ahead, Nolan, and next slide. We are focused on really establishing a global mindset for those participating, building leadership competencies through not only personal, individual development, but socially engaging with not only professionals, but cross-culturally, experiencing the all that the country has to offer, and then opportunities for exchange with other universities and faculty, staff, and students in those spaces. We're exploring as well deeply the packaging industry across globally and what is happening within West Africa around the areas of packaging, sustainability, and recycling. And lastly, we are incorporating in a community engagement experience that entails service learning within a village area in the Jukwa village area there in Ghana. Next slide. We, within the social change model, this is something that is near and dear to my heart. I really believe this is a phenomenal framework for us in this program because it does focus on those three levels of not only individual understanding, development, and awareness, but group, right, or organization. And when that comes to not only exchange with universities and faculty, staff, and students within those spaces, that's one component of that. It is also about the critical element of the packaging industry in which we will be engaged with many different industry representatives across globally packaging and what is happening out there from a sustainability factor. The other aspects of the social change model that really are a critical piece for this kind of program is that it is all about undertaking an approach to leadership that is purposeful, it is collaborative, it is very much values-based. And it is resulting in that social change momentum and movement, and really for the common good, leadership for the common good, and what that means. Next slide. We are individual level, right? We are looking for individuals participating, whether that's our MSU students or those that we will also be incorporating and inviting to participate that we meet with in the West Africa environments. Understanding of self, not only as a cultural being, but what does that mean to be a global change agent? Understanding their own personal philosophy of leadership, a values clarification, a strengths assessment that they will be doing, and then really coming into an understanding of one's social identity or even cultural identity awareness. Utilizing key leadership frameworks such as inclusive leadership practices, global and servant leadership, as well as a sustainability leadership focused lens. Next slide. We are from that group level, and I already mentioned it, so I'll explore a little bit further some of the areas, really thinking about that area that we are going to be in and the historical relevance of what does that mean to our world, to the history that has occurred. I personally will share more in my pictures in the future slides, but it touched me so deeply to be in the space where the slave trades occurred. And what does that mean for who I am as an individual and the kind of things that I'm committed to not ever allowing to happen again. And we want to be able to offer those experiences and that opportunity of reflection for our students to really think about their own selves and what does that mean culturally for them? What does that mean as they go out into the world and make a difference? We are really focused on understanding the sustainability that is currently happening within West Africa and within those different areas that we will be in. Our goal is to create lesson plans and opportunities that will work with children, right, in the schools, in that village area. We'll have the opportunity to create an environment that grows organic garden, right? And what does that mean? And to be able to work with the families in that area to be able to make that kind of impact. Next slide. Societally, it's truly about a social impact that is happening, right? And not only in spaces where our students will have an opportunity to really make a difference, but to do that side by side with those individuals that are in that community and impacted and experiencing what do they need, what is happening for them, learning about their own life and lived experiences. The other aspect that has been an introduction to our program is that we are also engaging with administration representatives from the Food and Drug Administration. And so we are looking at policy and procedure and the opportunity to influence standards that are occurring when it comes to packaging. So it's very exciting that we have also incorporated that piece in, and our students will have an opportunity to interact at that level with those types of leaders in the West Africa region. Next slide. Key aspects. So much was already said by our opening speaker regarding those key components of not only vision, right, and thinking about what it means for us to be sitting in our seat, right, in our lived experience, but to be there and be open to learning from others and what they have experienced in order to really have transformative experiences for both individuals and groups, right, are those communities that we're impacting. The importance of understanding as a global change agent resilience and adaptability. And what does that mean when someone has lived a different life experience? And taking that information in and thinking about that as they go on into the type of leader that they want to be in the future. And focusing lastly on that impact, right? Not just going in and being a one and done, but to truly develop these key relationships for a long-term experience and commitment with not only those university partners, but those industry partners. And then also within that village, our goal is to continue to return to the community within the West Africa area on a regular biannual basis. Next slide. We are absolutely not, looking without going in there intentionally thinking about the United Nations sustainability goals, specifically from those aspects of packaging, right? As a sustainability, recycling, biodegradable. What does that mean? What does that look like when it comes to food safety, food science, food engineering aspects, when it comes to really thinking about the recycling components and what is happening when it comes to being able to recycle appropriately to be able to still have impact in future generations. Next slide. I'm trying to be really sensitive on my time, but these slides and are just kind of a vision of some of the times that we have spent this last May, where the School of Packaging took a team of 4 individuals in addition to a representative from the African Studies Center. We are so thankful for having that opportunity to do that so that we could even begin to dream bigger beyond what an education abroad would be there, but to even think about opportunities for collaborative teaching, research for our students, and then also, again, that opportunity to continue on a regular basis, building the relationship with Michigan State University and West Africa. Next slide. These are just some of the visions and memories of very touching and very amazing. The key individuals that we've met, not only students, but faculty. We interacted with the dean and her team within the College of Engineering there at University of Ghana. We interacted with all of the international programs offices that we visited in the university spaces. Next slide. We also had an opportunity to visit locally and those kind of key cultural museums and artifacts that we will make sure that our students are also experiencing when they are on the abroad and when they are engaged in teaching or research experiences in the space. Next slide. Again, the Food and Drug Administration, we have a wonderful School of Packaging faculty member, Dr. Mercy Okizu, who worked in Nigeria's Food and Drug Administration for many years before coming to the US to study. And she is now one of our lead packaging faculty, and she has really brought that aspect in of understanding some of the needs with their policy and procedure and compliance related standards for packaging. We're very excited for the opportunity to really build that and to be able to help influence from an educational in their university settings, but also from a implementation with their Food and Drug Administration leaders there in West Africa. Next slide. The Cape Coast region, oh, so incredibly beautiful, but also so incredibly tumultuous with the experiences that people lived through there. It completely transformed my identity. It completely transformed my understanding of when we bring students into that space and what will that mean? What will that look like as we help them to really make the most meaningful experience of our programs that we are doing within the West Africa region. Okay, next slide. Again, we interacted with over 10 different industry partners, and we have many more to come back to in the future even. So we know that we want to always have that be a key piece, whether that's inviting those representatives of those employers to also participate in the service activities or in the opportunity to be in a faculty university space and environment and be the experts in sharing their experience. So really, truly bringing folks together across university administration and then also that NFDA entities. Next slide. Sustainable solutions. These are just tips of the iceberg of some of the things that we easily saw without even going into depth of ways that we know that we will have an impact in those spaces. Understanding the natural resources that are there and available in West Africa, being able to find ways to utilize that, such as the charcoal briquettes, where they used sawwood from the trees that was free to them, that natural resource. It just was amazing to me that they were bringing those in and it was cost nothing, that natural resource. And they were making something and being able to ship that charcoal briquettes all over the world. We got to visit that industry, that plant, all kinds of other ways that it was an amazing experience. Next slide. Again, community engaged learning, high impact practices to really truly implement with our students, with also faculty and industry people combined across the board. Next slide. Future goals. Implementing our education abroad program. We know right now we have some challenges at MSU with funding, so we're hopeful that that is something that will still be able to happen, possibly this summer coming 26 or the following. We are looking at collaborative teaching and research opportunities with the faculty who are there creating packaging discipline programs in those universities. And the Kumasi, Kwame Nkrumah, they have established a packaging program. The University of Ghana is in the process of doing so. So we're working to help those programs continue to thrive. Grant work. We're looking at grant work so we can help to educate some of the individuals graduating from those different programs with us, not only online opportunities, but also in person. We have a few students that we already have that have come from those institutions participating in our PhD program here. And we know that that is another key connection that we will have to be able to continue to grow the packaging discipline, packaging science, packaging program within West Africa. Influencing, again, that Food and Drug Administration regarding compliance, laws, policies, standards, and then fundraising to implement various sustainability efforts. One thing that we really found that we thought that the village area would be incredibly important was to have a recycling center that we could there establish. And so that is kind of a long-term goal, but something that we're looking that we hope will be able to be done in the future. I thank you so much for your time. And again, as you can see, I'm very excited and passionate about what we are doing and the things that we are looking to build in the West Africa and MSU relationship. So thank you so much.